Yo, what is up? What is up, YouTube boxing family? It's K-Rod here. I'm back at it with another good video for you guys today. So yeah, let's get right into it, man. We have like a lot to talk about. I'm gonna be talking about Miss I'm going to be talking about Mr. Luis Alberto Lopez defeating Josh Warrington to become the new IBF crown Mexican featherweight champion at 126. And I will also be talking about Ebony Bridges and Shannon O'Connell, and that's about it. So yeah, let's get right into it, man. I'm just going to talk about how I see it with Ebony Bridges. She's absolute garbage. Ebony Bridges is not that good of a fighter, in my honest opinion. I don't really like her simply for the fact that she was saying some very disrespectful shit towards I think mass shooting victims. You know, when there was like a mass shooting in America not too long ago. So that's something that I really have something deeply heavily hatred, up against her, because I don't think that she should have made those comments. She basically made like a tweet saying something like about mass shooting that happened, in America, and she was basically saying, something disrespectful to say like, why does like America got so many guns, blah blah blah, and she was basically laughing like about all the dead victims, like you be seeing like all these people getting killed, like back and forth for left and right. So either way, like I didn't really like that. To me that pissed me off, because it's like Ebony Bridges, like she is outspoken in certain manners, and I don't know why she would ever go to that level, but that just kind of flickered like my switch to really look at her as like a really disgusting person. So either way, I don't like her, and that's pretty much how it's gonna be. But as far as her fighting skills and everything that she's shown, she's not a good fighter whatsoever. And I think the reason being for that with this fight between her and Shannon O'Connell was that she was supposed to lose in this fight, but it wasn't supposed to be a fight where Shannon O'Connell was supposed to be an absolutely major test. I will say, for the fact that Shannon O'Connell, she is damn near like 40 years old. I think if you rewind it back to like 30 years old or younger, I think Shannon O'Connell, she definitely would have stopped Ebony Bridges. I think her having the massive confidence that she did heading into the fight, that was a good mindset to have, but I think the game plan was just a really bad game plan, and I would like to see her return back to the ring. I think she still has like a little bit of gas tank left, but hey, if she's not able to continue boxing, then congratulations on a tremendous career, and salute to Shannon O'Connell for being a tremendous fighter in her own right. She's fought the best. She was a former WIBA champion and WBF champion, so I mean, even though those are not major titles, but still, she has championship level experience, but obviously not being able to capture any of those major sanctioned body belts, I don't think that really shows that you're not a good fighter. It's just that certain things in boxing really do screw over fighters in certain instances of how sanctioned bodies want to move certain fighters and try to protect certain fighters away from other fighters from not being able to get to like a world title stage. So I think either way with this fight, Ebony Bridges getting this TKO stoppage over Shannon O'Connell, like I did not agree with with the stoppage. Shannon O'Connell, she was getting pieced up a good amount, but it wasn't until at the it wasn't until at the high point of her actually being like completely defenseless, and then she was taking all these massive blows. I mean, Ebony, she was taking a lot of blows herself, but to all these weirdos and idiots saying that Ebony Bridges, she got all this power, she'll stomp through everybody in the bantamweight division, no, get the fuck out of here. I think Shannon Courtney would stomp her. As much as I don't like Jamie, like I think Jamie can easily beat the shit out of her. As far as other women, I'll use, that cheating Mexican scumbag bitch. Who's that girl's name? Oh man, what's her name? Oh man, I cannot think today. Um, oh, I know. Yulahan Luna. Yeah, Yulahan Luna. But yeah, I mean, there's plenty of good smoke out here in the bantamweight division. I mean, bantamweight's not a really big division for women's boxing. People say that it is, but it's really not, in my honest opinion. I don't think women's boxing is heavily growing to the higher level. But looking at like the bantamweight division, like I'm pretty sure the next fight for Matchroom, what they're gonna try doing, they're gonna try like keeping Jamie out of the picture, which I don't know if Jamie even has like a rematch with Nina Hughes that beat her. But if she's gonna play that political puppetry with Ebanie Bridges, yeah, they're probably gonna end up fighting each other, and I probably see Ebanie just basically stopping Nina, because Nina, like, she says that she's a good fighter and she'll beat this lady and that lady, but I don't see it. I think she's garbage, and Ebanie, she's twice as much as garbage as any other UK or Australian based fighter that doesn't have skill. But just looking at the picture, it's like the only women that I see on this list that would definitely wipe the floor with most women would be Yolahan Luna, Dina Thorslone, Mayeli Flores, absolute monster, Diana Fernandez, who's like, honestly, she's probably, one of the better veterans out of this division that not a lot of people give a lot of credit. I'm sorry. That not a lot of people give a lot of credit for, but she's fought a lot of women by the likes of Mariana Juarez and her sister, Lourdes Juarez. She's an absolute monster. She doesn't have like a lot of knockout power, but she definitely knows how to box. A beautiful, pure boxer at her finest, and she's fought some really, really good competition. She's fought Vanessa Taborda, not the best woman out there. Like, I would definitely consider her journeyman, but she's been at like a couple world title, appearances, and she's fought, a whole bunch of ladies. Esmeralda Moreno. Who else? She's fought. Who else did she fight? She also fought. No, she didn't fight Jackie Calva, but she did have a draw with Mayeli Flores. And then, like the rest of her resume isn't really that too good yet, but she's getting up there to like become like a Sean Porter type fighter where she's trying to fight everybody. But I think I think honestly, like the women that will be out on top is definitely I don't even want to say like a Yolahan Luna, because I don't really believe that she's really being fair in her fights, because I do think that she is still cheating. But if you want to put her to that list for any like dick riders that are out there, like, yeah, fine, like you could do that. But the thing is like once she gets exposed for who she is, I'm not really going to be honest for her. But I think Dina Thorson, she's definitely gonna be up there. I think Dina, she could definitely take it all. She hasn't been back in the ring since April of this past current year. But yeah, like, I mean, Dina is a very beautiful fighter, has a great style. More of a pure boxer rather than like a puncher. She don't really be knocking ladies out. She's really there to outbox you before she actually hurts you and stops you. And oh wow, great job for Chris Cyborg. She just dropped her very first like opponent. So congratulations, Chris Cyborg. I am currently watching that fight right now. But yeah, I mean, as far as what the division goes, I don't really see that many women on here that really will make any noise. I think honestly how it's going to be played with Ebanie Bridges, if Eddie Hearn, if he's going to play the cards right, I'd say just run it back with Shannon Courtney, because that's really how it should be. Like, I think that's how the fight should really go down, like through the matchroom stable. Like, I don't think Ebony Bridges really provides anything financially, plausible to the table. But I think, like, if Eddie Hearn, if he really wants to, like, I think, Ebony should go ahead and face, Shannon Courtney. And then for the WBA champion, for Nina, she should definitely run it back with Jamie, because people do say that, Jamie won and blah blah blah. But I think if anything, push for the rematch, and then the winner of that fight can fight the winner between Shannon Courtney and Ebony Bridges. And yeah, I think that's a really good, like it's a really good plan to consolidate all the, top fighters, and then any women that are, under the below 15, or, like a lot more, lower, level, box trick rankings. I mean, there is some good up and coming talent that I do believe that's going to become a good threat for the division. Like, I like Micaiah Krebs. She's an absolute monster. She's from New York, out in Niagara Falls. I've never been there, but I, definitely love the Niagara area. It looks beautiful. Yeah, you got Micaiah. Oh, and then you got Rihanna. Yeah, Rihanna. Like I'm not too sure if she's still campaigning at bantamweight, but I do think, like, I will say on the record that I do believe Rihanna Rios will, become a massive player at the bantamweight division. I don't know what her plans are heading into her next few fights, but I would like to see her at at the bantamweight division. That's a very, very good setup for her. But yeah, like, as far as everybody else goes, there's really not that many women on here that I really see that are going to be making like a big splash in the division. Like, you got some women like Juliana Rodriguez Acevedo. I've heard about her. Don't really know too much about her, but, like, yeah, she's somewhat okay. Like, I mean, she's not really doing anything good. I mean, yeah, she's 24 years old. She started her careers back in 2021 as of June. And yeah, there's some very decent opposition here. But I think honestly, like, when it's all said and done, it'll show what's gonna happen. So but yeah, like, as far as with the rest of the division, yeah, there's really like nobody on here. Oh, and surprisingly, Taylor Starling, she's actually on here, surprisingly. I find that very interesting, knowing that she went from bare knuckle back to boxing. But yeah, I don't know what Taylor is planning on doing. But I definitely I definitely wish Taylor continued with boxing, because she definitely could make like a better splash in the sport. But yeah, I mean, there's a decent opposition here. There's really nobody really good, and that's mainly just due to the how should I say, it's just mainly due to like the lack of women in any division, because no women is really going out here just taking out everybody, because like not all of the girls are really like that good per se. But I mean, it just really depends. I mean, heading into the other divisions, like the super bantamweight division, it's not the same way. You got Juliana Vanessa Basualdo. That's an Argentinian woman. She's really good. She just recently beat somebody good. Yeah, she beat Jessica Bopp. Yeah, she's a monster. And then she beat I think that's about it. I mean, some of those Argentinian women are very, very good, and I just really love watching them fight. So it just really depends on like what they do. But yeah, oh nice, Chris Cyborg won. Shout out to Chris Cyborg. Yes, the beautiful queen, Chris Cyborg, won. But yeah, as far as everything else goes with the bantamweight division, I think Ebony, she gets cooked. I don't see anything spectacular of like what's gonna happen in the near future. So, but moving on with the main event with Josh Warrington and Luis Alberto Lopez. That fight was a very, very close fight to a certain degree, only because Luis Alberto Lopez, he was giving more excuses in the referee calling to say, hey ref, you have to take a look at this and that more out of what Josh Warrington is doing. And the problem is that with Josh Warrington being such a dirty fighter, the issue that I have with him is that he really does not, understand that he's not that good of a fighter. And, Luis Alberto Lopez exposed that out of him. But the problem is that, Alberto Lopez made this fight a lot harder than for what it had to be. And I think, when he starts to scale more at the world title level, looking at the division, I mean, the division is very, very stacked. So, either way, it's very good that he's able to do damage in the division, and he's able to actually make a huge impact. So I think either way, looking at the picture of the featherweight division, you have a lot of smoke in this division. I think the best fight for Alberto Lopez right now is to go after that WBC title. Or you know what? He should probably unify with he should fight the winner between Isaac Dogbe and Robesi Ramirez, which they're going to be fighting for the WBO belt, because Navarrete, he's moving up. So I think what's going to happen is that WBO belt's going to be open. And then for the WBA, if Leo Santa Cruz, if he's the WBA featherweight champion, or if Lee Wood, if he got elevated to be the WBA champion, in which it says right here on his BoxRec resume that Leo Santa Cruz, he is the WBA featherweight champion. So that technically means that he technically still holds the title. So I don't know what the WBA is doing. It's been quite a long time since he's been fighting, predating to February. So I mean, he took damn near 2 years off after he got smoked by Gervonta Davis, in which, that was a very, very good fight. Leo Santa Cruz did his thing. I understand he getting knocked out by Tank. That shouldn't really mean anything more than just saying hey, you had a very, very good career, but it's do you really want to get back into it, going through those heavy load emotions? So I think either way, when it comes down to it, it all really depends on how everything goes about, just with anything in the process. Because look, I love, Leo Santa Cruz, and I like Luis Alberto Lopez. I think there's plenty of great, heavy level talent and where things will go. But I just think, honestly, when it comes down to Mexican fighters, it's like a hit or miss. You're gonna have those good fighters out of Mexico where they go out and start winning massive titles in multiple divisions, minus Canelo Alvarez, where he's just gonna try ducking his competition, where he's not going to prove that he is to be the best of his era, in which that's what most Mexican fighters should be. Because, the Mexican, boxing legacy goes that once you become a champion, Mexican fighters usually increase up the competition extremely high or higher. So I think either way, when it comes down to it with the Mexican champions that you see right now, which you have Canelo Alvarez. That is the highest weight champion that Mexico currently holds, with a undisputed champion right now at super middleweight. And then at the lowest division, you have who's the champion at the lowest division. But at the lowest division, you have Daniel Valladares. He is the second champion on the list. He's at minimum weight, which that weight should be completely taken out of boxing. There's no need to have that division. I think Elwin Soto, he's already done. I just recently heard that, he recently lost his next fight out in Mexico to some white dude from South Africa, Heki Butler. So that's not good. Moving up to the next division with super flyweight, or flyweight, which is 112. I don't think there's any champions. So I think that's not really there in the discussion. Angel something. The flyweight division is not holding any. Oh wait, actually, the flyweight division does hold Julio Cesar Martinez, so that's number 3. So Cesar Martinez, you got Canelo, you got Daniel Valladares, so that's 3 champions. And then moving forward with the other champions in the division, you got Juan Estrada, so Canelo, Juan Estrada, Valladares, and Martinez, that's 4. And you got Leo Santa Cruz at number 5. And then you got Luis Alberto Lopez, who's at number 6. So Alberto Lopez, Leo Santa Cruz, Valladares, Julio Cesar Martinez, Canelo. Oh, okay, so it's Canelo, it's Leo Santa Cruz, and then it's Luis Alberto Lopez, and then it's Juan Estrada, and then it's Valladares, and then it's Julio Cesar Martinez. So right now Mexico has 7 champions, but the likelihood of those titles really holding on forever, I don't see that happening. Out of those 7 champions that I do believe that will be making a lot of noise will definitely be Luis Alberto Lopez, and definitely who's the other guy? Juan Estrada. I think Juan Estrada, he's gonna have a really, really good final run, and I think his world title days will definitely be remembered as one of the best careers to have. I really wish Juan Estrada, he was at like a much higher weight class, like the welterweight division, because pound for pound, Juan Estrada, he's definitely on like my top 5 or top 10. Just like, that's based off of skill. So I think that's just really how it's gonna go down. And I hope Luis Alberto Lopez, he does like a lot more damage. I think Luis Alberto Lopez, he'll definitely make a lot more splash in his division, but it's going to be very, very tough. But the featherweight division is definitely booming right now in competition. So regardless if he loses or whatever he goes through, I don't think it happens. I think honestly, I don't think anything happens other than he just comes out of his way and just does what he has to do to get back on top. But I think as far as him staying on top, I think he'll be around for quite a long time. I don't really see anybody beating him that much. Like, if you just take a look at the competition pool, and then after I talk about it, then I'll just sign off. You got Brandon Figueroa, you got Stefan Fulton, which I hear he's moving up. You got Ray Vargas, he's moving up in weight, so he's gonna fight O'Shaquie Foster. And actually, Ray Vargas, if he beats O'Shaquie Foster, that'll be 8 champions in a row that I've mentioned for Mexico. But Ray Vargas, Ray Vargas, dude, if he beats if he beats a guy like O'Shaquie Foster at super featherweight, I'll be damned to call Ray Vargas definitely all-time best Mexican, hands down. Much love to Ray Vargas. Shout out to Ray Vargas family. Shout out to everybody out of the true Mexican boxing, community. People that really keep it consistent and they don't use that racist bullshit. Like, you know, I really do respect those Mexican people. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm sorry. Yeah, let's talk about the featherweight picture for Luis Alberto Lopez, and then we'll get up out of here. Yeah, Luis Alberto Lopez, he has a pretty good, you know, stack list of guys that he could fight right now. Brandon Figueroa, Mark Magsayo, Mauricio Lara, which that's a very dangerous opponent. Emmanuel Navarrete, if he does continue to stay at 126 after he fights Oscar Valdez, which if Navarrete and Ray Vargas, if they beat their next fights, or if they win in their next fights, what will happen is that you'll have nine Mexican champions total. But yeah, you know, but yeah, definitely Mexican boxing is definitely booming with all the better talent, you know, getting in there. But yeah, you know, Alberto Lopez, he has a massive gauntlet, you know, just destructive list of great competition he could fight. And he got Robeisy Ramirez, he got Hinata Murata, who's definitely up there, Michael Conlon, that's a very dangerous fight, Ruben Villa, if he wants to get back in there with like all the best, Arnold Kagai, who just recently beat Eduardo Baez, Leo Santa Cruz, you got Stefan Fulton, you got Christopher Pitufo Diaz, you got Jesse Magdaleno, he's definitely coming back. And you have, you know, everybody, dude. Like, you got Kanzu, you got you got a whole bunch of good guys, you know. Adam Lopez, he's gonna fight Abraham Nova, that's obviously at 130. I don't think that's at 26. So 130, let's get it. You know, there's a lot of competition. So I think with Alberto Lopez's picture in a playoff type series in a tournament, I think Alberto Lopez, he definitely beats a lot of guys, you know, definitely beats a lot of guys on this list. I think he could beat Isaac Daube. Gary Russell, that's a very dangerous fight, but he could definitely be a contender. He could be a candidate to beat Gary Russell. But as far as everybody else, like, I mean, the only people that I think that could beat him would be Robeisy Ramirez, and then maybe Brandon Figge or Stefan Fulton, and maybe Lara. But that's about it. I mean, everybody else, I think he washes. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Well, actually, no. Like, I'll even put in Pitufo Diaz. That's also like a tough fight, because Pitufo, he's not gonna let like a guy like Alberto Lopez do that to him. But that's gonna be some fireworks if that happens. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see you guys later. Peace out. Salute to the mighty LDBC TWT, and I'm out. Peace out. Bye.